This drill is the Forehand 2-point sideways training at NTRP 1.5, and it's a useful progression once you're comfortable hitting forehands from a more fixed position. The setup is simple. The Pongbot Pace S Pro alternates feeds across 2 forehand positions, forcing you to move sideways between shots instead of staying planted. That movement changes the drill completely, because now you're not just working on the forehand itself, you're working on how you arrive at the ball, reset, and prepare for the next shot, and that's where this drill becomes valuable. The main focus here is forehand movement. You're covering a small amount of ground each shot, but it's enough to expose footwork habits quickly. If you move too late, you rush. If your feet stop, spacing disappears, and if you don't recover properly after contact, the next ball becomes harder. What I'm focusing on in this drill is getting lower, through the legs, bending the knees more, because when you stay too upright, the shot tends to feel rushed and unstable. Lower body positioning gives you more balance and helps create cleaner contact, and with a moving forehand drill, that becomes even more noticeable. You're constantly resetting your base, trying to stay athletic, trying to arrive balanced instead of reaching. The sideways movement also highlights how important preparation is. You need to turn early, get the racket ready before you arrive, and give yourself enough space to swing freely. Another thing I'm working on here is the forehand finish. Instead of a long follow-through, I'm trying to create more of a windshield-wiper motion. That shorter, more controlled finish helps keep the racket path cleaner through contact, and it makes it easier to generate topspin without overextending the swing. This drill gives plenty of repetitions to experiment with that. Because the movement pattern repeats consistently, you can notice what happens when you exaggerate the finish slightly or relax the arm more. You start to feel which contact points create a better shape on the ball, and because the feed remains predictable, you can focus entirely on movement, spacing, and racket finish, rather than reacting to random placement. This is a strong drill for NTRP 1.5 players because it introduces controlled movement without becoming too chaotic. You're still focusing on one side of the court, but you're adding recovery, footwork, and positioning into every shot. The Pongbot Pace S Pro keeps the drill repeatable, which makes it easier to spot patterns and improve small details over time. If you're working on forehand movement, lower body positioning, or building a more controlled windshield-wiper finish, this is a solid drill to include regularly. Simple setup, clear objective, and enough repetition to build confidence while moving.